See, I'm a St. Louis nigga, a money go getter. No matter how I look,
yeah, we up in this motherfucker, baby. One more time for the one more time. 314 all day, every day. STL representatives. This is what we do. Shout out to everybody that dipped in it, dipped out it, got away with it, did the best to do what we did. Shout out to ARENT. RIP Chebo. Happy motherfucking Thanksgiving. L Cheesy Clint. Shout out to Tiffany. RIP Warren G. Tom from the stove. My nieces and nephews. Maya. Shout out to Maya doing that big math tutoring. Lil Rico passed his certification to be an ER doctor. Happy birthday, nephew. Kayla King. Shout out to Kayla King. Shotty, the motherfucking body. Shout out to Shotty the body. Listen, 68 representatives. Delta City. Paysdale. Pine Line. 41 block of the Shenandoah. 39th and Russell. This is where we at. Page and Newstead all day. STL 314 representative. Week 13. Week 13 of the Thursday morning pre-cap, ladies and gentlemen. Accompanied by my co-host, Roy from the Rankins crew. Boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom. Boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom. Boom, 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 ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom. Boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom. Boom, boom. Y'all don't really want it now. Like that, eh? No, I don't. Not even a little. Did you understand what the boom intro was representing today? No, but I'm sure you're gonna tell me. The viral Thanksgiving. I got greens, tomatoes, the butter. Supposed to be up on it. I shouldn't have to tell you what the boom intro is about. People love the boom intro. No, they don't. You only got your one boo thing, dick suck in the group that sit up and say that dumb shit. But intro, people, welcome to the Thursday morning pre-cap week 13. Happy Thanksgiving, people. Happy Thanksgiving, people. What you got, any big plans for Thanksgiving? Y'all should be thankful about being in the league, especially the most historic year of all time. What makes it historic, Roy, from the Rankins crew? First off, we have our first 12-0 team. That's just one. We could say we also have a possible historic 0-14 to win a division. Nobody's ever started 0-4 and has a chance. He has a chance to win a division. That is Gronk, but he's got to get past Missouri Kingz. We're gonna get to that's number 2. That's historic. We have a guy who's number 4 in scoring. We got a guy who's number 4 in bragging rights. Possibly not even make the playoffs. That's very historic. Nothing like that has ever happened in the league. This has been an interesting season. It's been a very historic season. We've got a team, but we have seen a team like Chebo Burgers that towards the end of the year just start to implode, landslide. So we've seen that before. That's not historic. We got a few. By the way, is Chebo Burgers coming on the show today? Chebo Burgers hasn't mentioned anything of me about coming on the show. If he would, we would love to have you, Brother Burgers. Wasn't welcome this week. He's always welcome. He can come next week. The commission, the league. I'm not motherfucking commission on the show. He could come, any other week, but not anytime this week. You know why? Why? This is division week. This is a rivalry game. And to be quite frankly, Chebo Burgers is starting to get on our nerves. It used to be a nice little friendly game.
You know, he beat me sometimes. I didn't like it. I beat him. I bitch slapped him. Love that. But now it's been coming. You know, I feel like it be a little bit more personal every year. I feel like every
That's a
year.
narrative you pushing.
No, I'm not pushing this. I
Mhm.
feel it. You might not feel it because you don't know how Chebo burgers move, but I do
I
know
don't.
how Chebo
Okay.
burgers move.
I ain't gonna
Phone
say.
calls this week go from 1 or 2 times a week, 0. The responses when I do reach out to them to the room go from yo to what? You know what I'm saying?
You
So,
trying to?
oh no, that's the difference. It's just certain things. You say, "What's up, Chebo?" He say, "Hey." I say, "What's up?" You know what I'm saying? I don't even get hi, Roy. I know you seen that. When the last time you seen that? Hi, Roy. That's because that's friendly Chebo. Friendly Chebo say, hi, Roy. Even though it's like I can understand he pissing me off because who the fuck says hi?
I say.
Especially, yeah, you never say hi to the chat.
Hi.
Hi, Roy. That's because you know why?
Why?
In a nice, good mood, ready to, hit you with a little what's up punch to the liver. But now when it's rivalry week, you don't get none of that from Chebo.
Maybe Chebo just don't want to. Maybe he's. You're not gonna put a narrative out there. Listen.
Listen, the rivalry is getting more intense every year. Every year gets more intense, and I feel the change. It ain't a heated rivalry like we got week 14 against Brian, Mister Make a Pact with the gods to lead the goddamn chat because he mad at you,
He
and
not
we're
mad at me.
is
And we're gonna
exactly.
get into that. Matter of
Oh
fact,
yeah, exactly. He's mad
he's
at you.
not mad at me. I am one man. I am one man, people. I am one man, one vote. And I like to give a quote from our illustrious commissioner. The league vetoed the trade.
Let me ask you a question.
I
Let me
still
ask you a question.
believe, and I
Here we
still
go.
believe, and I
Here
know
we go.
you out there looking, nigga. I think you number 6. World Boss, I think you number 6. You didn't want to see motherfucking Cook this week. I think we was number 6. Because the only motherfuckers that benefited was from you and the other motherfuckers in the other division. But it's cool. We out there.
Let me ask you a question.
Hmm.
Did you vote no?
We've already established that.
You did.
Yes.
Why is Brian mad?
Because the league vetoed the trade.
I mean, he mad at 6 people who said no, right?
Yes, including Lennox.
So you
Yes.
pissed him off, and now
I
he's a
like
left
how you
left
always want
that
to you always want to make it come back to me.
group.
I'm the bad guy in the league. I'm not liked by a lot of
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
let me
And I
tell you
tell you
something.
motherfuckers exactly how it is. And y'all get mad at that shit. So it's easy to make me the bad guy. And I'm fine with that. But at the end of the day, nigga, I'm one man. And 6 motherfuckers veto the trade. Niggas that you might call friends. It might even be your cousin that was like, fuck that. I'm not gonna let this nigga get better in division. I mean, I gotta slice your neck, then you just a cut motherfucker.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
If you and 5 of your friends go rob a bank,
Mm-hmm.
you sit in the car. Your
Mm-hmm.
5 of your friends going to rob a bank.
Mm-hmm.
They all come out and hop in the car, and they say drive,
Mm-hmm.
and you you punch it,
Mm-hmm.
but you so stupid that you hit the car in front of you and blow the radiator,
Mm-hmm.
and y'all all get caught.
Right, right, right.
You
Do I still go
acting,
down for the bank robbery?
yeah,
Is that the question?
yeah.
Yes.
Same scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all go inside, rob a bank, coming out. One of your partners gets shot, hit in the
Mm-hmm.
head, die.
Yes.
and y'all all get caught.
Mhm.
Y'all all get a murder charge.
We all get a murder charge.
Oh, right there. So when I say you did something, and I'm telling you you did it, and I'm telling you he mad because of what you did, why are you worried about everybody else? Huh? I'm talking about what you did.
I did it.
Okay, then.
You know the motherfucker did it.
O'Brien is mad at you.
That's
He
fine.
left the chat because of you.
Mm-hmm.
Another guy that you done caused to leave the chat.
Oh, okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to these motherfucking rankings. Number one team in all the motherfucking land, Mr. Undefeated, 12-0, Team Commish, number one out there in that South Division. You got the 7-5, 2-game lead in the East. DaAssKickas, Missouri Kingz, tied for first place with the Gronk, and we're going to get into that game in a second. And number one in the motherfucking North, the New York City Matrix people, 7-5, 2-game lead in their division. So again, we got number one, Team Commish. Number two, Missouri Kingz. DaAssKickas. 3, New York City Matrix. 4, Chebo. 5, World Boss. 6, 7 is Gronk, and 8 is Hurricane Walker. I'm going to go ahead and mention the Lions because they too are 6-6, and El Patron is 6-6 as well. These three teams all need something to happen for them to get that 8th spot that Hurricane Walker currently sits in. So it's going to be very, very interesting. What you got to say about the division shakedown breakdown?
I don't have anything to say just
He
right
got
now.
shit, y'all. He got nothing. So listen, we are getting ready to start in that crazy, crazy locked up West Division. West Division is Missouri Kingz and Gronk fighting for that first place spot. Both teams are 7-5. Projections 225.3 for Missouri Kingz, 224 even for the Gronk. That is a 0.7 difference in the projections for this week. Brock Purdy set to go without Nico Collins. The Gronk should be getting rid of him soon. Nico Collins was in that last trade. You got Rogers, Smith, Hubbard.
I might not know about the trade. Why don't you enlighten us? Do you remember what the trade was?
The trade was Nico Collins and who else? I don't remember. I know it was a third. It was a third-round pick for New York. I mean, for Missouri Kingz and some other stuff.
We do this professional. We had a trade deadline today.
Today,
last night we had a flurry of trades. The first one was Nico Collins, Ricky Parasol, and a 2027 first-round pick to the Gronk for Kyron Williams. No. Yeah.
Kyron Williams.
Oh, let me get. I'm messing up myself. Let me go back with Nico Collins, DeAndre Swift, and a 2023 third-round via Missouri Kingz. 2 Chebo Burgers for. Chebo Burgers gave him back Kyron Williams, Ricky Parasol, and a 2027 first. So I thought, actually, I like to trade. Listen, I like to trade for both of them. Kyron's had a rough couple 2-3 weeks, especially since and Puka Nakua's came back. So maybe Chebo Burger's a little down on him. I don't know, but he has had a rough couple 2 weeks. But he's a running back. Plus, Gronk also from the trade that he made right after the draft has been crushing him. He's got Corum, so he's got Blake Corum, so he's got both of the Rams running back. On the flip side, Nico Collins coming back. Nico Collins are really good. I don't know. Maybe Gronk was like, I got two wide receivers from the same team, so he got rid of Nico Collins, the number one. But he had been advertising.
Yeah, people been coming at him too. But some of you motherfuckers are talking about cookies and shit. Be putting out disrespectful ass bids. and other motherfuckers that come out of U City sending out disrespectful ass bids.
Anyway, so Chebo, with what's the name? She Rice being hurt. He could use an extra body. Um, so he got Nico Collins,
Mm-hmm.
and then he got DeAndre Swift because Pearsall, Devontae Williams, Deontay Johnson, these guys are just not coming through for him. He traded away 2 of the 3. He's got Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson just, I don't know. He got traded and has stepped up. So that completes his starting lineup. The weakest link in that starting lineup right now would probably be DeAndre Swift. But maybe that was the missing key to Chebo to get back on track.
Well, we could talk about Chebo when we get to Chebo. We talking about Gronk and King.
Yeah, I already talked about the side of Gronk, and I was talking about Chebo. Another trade we had was Brian STL Lions, the team that you may lead the chat. He made a trade, trading Taysom Hill
Mm-hmm.
to his cousin Missouri Kingz for a 5th round pick. Is interesting to me. Sound like a sacrifice trade. Uh, but I believe that makes Missouri Kingz a little stronger. Think he's got a little stronger. He seen the Gronk was making a trade. So hey, he made a trade. That is gonna be a matchup. And then we had one more. I thought we had one more trade. Did we have one more? I thought we had 3 trades last. Did
Well,
we
we
have
could have
3
talked about
trades?
them before we got into the team. When you think about it, we get to they place.
I
Missouri.
thought we had 3 trades last night.
Well, figure it out when we get to that segment. Missouri Kings 7-5. Gronk is both 7-5. They both need this game. Missouri Kings currently sits first based on where they
Oh,
the Gronk
wait
actually
a minute.
what?
Where you going?
What?
My guy.
Do it when you get to that segment.
Oh no, wait a minute. Wait. We was right
Do
there. Let's just wait. I know you gotta read these stats out. It's gonna kill you if you don't. It's like, look at you. You are burning up inside. But we gotta talk about world boss. Trading.
talk about World Boss. The South is coming up.
Trading Zach Ertz to the Gronk
Okay. They
for a
fixing you. It's
second
segue.
round pick. A second round pick. That was a pretty penny that the Gronk paid to get
That
Ertz.
hurts.
And we can see that World Boss is really, really setting his team up for next year.
You just wanted to glaze that motherfucker. You did that shit on their
I know
time.
it's late and you
End of
got
the
you
day,
go ahead, hit
Kings
your
and Gronk 7-5, 7-5. One of y'all is gonna hit this 8 point. I mean, this 8 win max. I mean, mark. And I personally, and you just went down to 206. I don't know what happened on the Gronk, but basically in a nutshell, I got Kings go ahead and pulling it out. Kings gonna go ahead and pull it out because they wanted more. And I don't know what happened between now and then, but it might be Purdy going down. You need a
Can I tell you what's wrong? Because you obviously see this is what we talk about. We talk about pre-production meetings, people. You see, look, that is the face of an unprepared host.
I
Now,
hate when you do. I'm gonna record pre-production for you motherfuckers one day.
no, I'm telling you, 'cause I'm looking at the face of an unprepared host. Like I'm ready to go. I'm prepared. I'm ready
Man,
to go. I
shut your
understand you looking at I'm down at 206. Well, but you wouldn't let me finish because you was so hyped to get into this. Gronk made a trade. The 2
Mhm.
players that he's trading, he took
And
out his
they just went through. So Kyron Williams is on his
out
team.
of the starting lineup. He got Kyron Williams, so he'll throw Kyron Williams back in. His projection will probably be somewhere around 215, 216 come come playout, come the time to go.
It'll be about
So
2.
whatever. And on the other side, it won't be right either until tomorrow because the Hill trade came. I'm sure he'll take
Probably
uh
questionable Mooney out.
Thielen out. He'll probably
Yeah.
take Thielen out, put Hill in. Hill's got like a 14-point projection. Hill is the Saints. Mason, the trade makes sense for Brian to get rid of. Brian's never going to use Hill because he's never going to take Kelsey out the lineup.
Nope.
So I understand why Brian traded. Now, only giving up. I mean, look, that's it. That's his people's. That's his boy. Same way y'all protected y'all boy. Big Lawrence is Brian's boy. If Brian can't make the playoff, Big Lawrence making the playoffs is the second best thing that could happen to him in this league. So giving up Hill for a fifth, which is something. Nobody else was paying for Hill, obviously, because if they was, he would have gave him to them. But I thought it was a nice gesture. And sometimes you got to do some nice things in this league, and nice things will happen back to you. So them two, I think, have they getting ready to go into battle.
This
This
is
is
battle.
a heavyweight fight. Missouri Kingz is set up nicely to win his first division.
But he can't drop the ball. He can't.
Gronk scored 241 last week. Missouri Kingz scored like 226.
227.9.
Okay, 227. They both brung their A games. I was proud of both teams, especially look, Gronk went off. So no, and he needed just about everything because his opponent went for 220, El Patron. So Gronk went off. He had a great game. And this is no slight to Gronk, but I was also more impressed with Missouri Kingz because Missouri Kingz was playing a bum. Everybody knew he was a bum. No, listen, he was playing a bum. Everybody knew he was a bum. Missouri Kingz could have scored 201 and got the same win that he got scoring 227. Like Gronk needed those points. If Gronk, had a bad game, that was it.
Gronk won by 35.
Missouri Kingz didn't need those points. He was playing a bum. A bum. And most of that bum team was on bye because that bum didn't prepare and he almost got fucked by the Sharks. But his boys robbed the bank and saved him. So
You got Kingz winning.
I actually like the Gronk. I think the Gronk. I like Kingz, but I think the Gronk is gonna complete history. For some reason, I think Kyron's gonna have a good game. I was trying this. I was doing a little finagling in the room, trying to get Cheese DaDon to go and get Kyron. I think Kyron's a real good football player. When Chebo Burgers traded away Kyron the first time, I felt relief. Then he got Kyron back.
The hell does this have to do with the Gronk and Kingz?
Because we're talking about Kyron Williams.
Okay.
If you let me make my points, again, when he traded him away, I felt relief. He got him back, felt anxiety. I believe Kyron was part of Chebo Burger's 300 game. So now he trades him away again. And it's somewhat of a relief. I mean, he did get great value for Kyron on all three trades of Kyron. But I believe Kyron's going to have a good week this week. So I'm thinking if Gronk wakes up early in the morning, he's going to take Rico Dowdle out the lineup.
Has to.
mean, they playing the Giants, but I still think he's gonna take Rico Dowdle out the lineup. He might take Nick Chubb out. They playing Denver. I don't know if he's gonna watch this show before the game go. That's an interesting decision. Who would you take out, Rico Dowdle or Nick Chubb against Denver defense?
Nick Chubb against Denver defense because Dowdle has a better chance to go off against the Giants defense.
That is true. That is true. But he do got he got Mark Andrews in the flex. Andrews been up and down. They playing against Philly. But I mean, if you look at his last since week 8, or you can go week. I mean, he had some good double-digit games. Then he had a stinker. Then came back with a double-digit game, stinker. Last week, double-digit game.
This week,
Philly though. Philly defense is tough. I don't know. I don't know. He's starting Henry as his starting tight end. And Henry been solid. Henry's a solid player for and they going up against Indy. Whew. I'm gonna tell you this. Let me look at one more thing. Because matter of fact, here's a scenario real quick. Missouri Kingz wins.
Yep.
I believe he wins the division because at when they was all 6-5, Missouri King was the top guy because he was 3-0 in the division. Now he's 4-0 in the division. So if he win, he'll be 5-0 in the division. Plus he's the division's leading scorer. Even if he lose week 8 and whoever they all
3-1 in division.
He's 3-1. Okay.
Yes.
So even if he lose week 8, I believe he's let me see. I believe
that you think I'm looking at the numbers. If he wins this week, he locks up division because he'll have the tiebreaker with Gronk twice. And only other person. So Gronk loses, he goes 7-6. Even if he does win next week, he still goes 8-6.
That's what I'm saying. If 3 of them get to 8-6, he's got the highest score because the head-to-head really won't matter. He'll have the highest score out of all of them as far as points. Now, if the Gronk win and then he loses week 14, he might secure himself a playoff spot with 8-6.
Slide in.
But if he loses week 14, he might not win the division. So I think 8-6 is. I believe 2 8-6 teams are coming out of this division. It could be possibly 3, but I know for a fact it'll be 2. So whoever wins, they definitely in the playoffs. And then the other guy who loses is gonna have to win week 14 to
their opponent
get themselves in the playoffs. And if you look at that, this hurt, and this is what's gonna be interesting. Week 14, Gronk has some buys. What's his name? Missouri King has buys. But who don't got buys is your boy
Walker
with his bum ass. So, in conclusion, I'm gonna go with the Gronk. I think Gronk gonna pull it off this week. It's gonna be a tough one. I would not be surprised if Missouri Kings win, but if you put a gun in my head and say pick, I'm going Gronk.
I want to go Kingz. I think Kingz go ahead. They close it out for themselves, but we'll see. We'll discuss this in a few days on Monday night. Moving over to the other side, El Patron 6-6, Hurricane Walker 6-6, 210, 221. These teams need this game. It's win or go home. If you lose, you going home. AR-15, Jonathan Taylor, AJ Brown. On the other side, Walker, you got Josh Allen back, Gibbs, and Cook, who he almost traded away like a fucking idiot.
He obviously don't listen to the show or watch the show.
Oh, look, this is a tight one and a tough one. Only because,
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I want to hear what you're going to say.
Only because either one of these teams can go off at any given time. No real buys. The only thing, J.K. Dobbins is out.
No buys
Doubtful.
week 13.
Huh?
No buys in week 13. Nobody has a buy in week 13.
Not saying it's no buys. Everybody got a full squad. He got to do something. He probably gonna put Mitchell in that spot.
Who?
Ramon. J.K. Dobbins is doubtful.
Yeah. Somebody need to call Ramon and tell him to get his lineup together
I'm
because
sure somebody will.
somebody also needs to call Hurricane Walker because he got a cornerback who's out that plays tomorrow. If he don't get him out by 12:30 when the game starts, he's gonna be locked in.
Mm-hmm.
Hurricane Walker is trash.
This is what
We
you.
already no, because we already know tomorrow's Thanksgiving. He
Mm-hmm.
probably listen. What you think the chances is he gonna wake up and think, "Let me fix my fantasy lineup."
What are the chances? I have no clue. I don't call again. We say it all the time. You take my advice, great. If shit work out, give me my credit. If you don't, you're a grown fucking man. I don't call niggas
You know
and
what you should
tell
do
them to
then?
set their line. You go grown fucking man.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Uh, well, let's look at it this way then.
Hmm.
If he don't get that hurt cornerback, even though he's got a 8.3 projection, if he don't get that hurt cornerback out of his lineup, he's gonna get fucked.
Mm-hmm.
You see how you perked up? You don't want him to get fucked, do
No,
you?
I don't care whether he get fucked one way or the other. Excuse me.
Really?
No.
Because when he was about to get fucked over for Cook, you cared then.
No, I didn't like the trade.
Yeah, because he was getting fucked.
I don't.
Raw dog.
I don't. You
You,
asked me, do I care whether he get the cornerback out of his lineup or not? I don't.
you seen a predator come up behind him and ease in. You say, "Oh no, not on my watch, not on my watch." That's what you said, right? You seen that finna happen, and what you say? Not on my watch.
I said I did like the trade. You a motherfucker, dog.
I'm just saying, you need to help him out because he's got a cornerback who's out, even though his projection looked
Are you
good.
gonna send him a message? Are you gonna
But
send you call him?
listen, man, I've tried through the app to give him great advice. And it looked like last week he took it because instead of having a bum cornerback at defensive slot, he went and got McFadden, the uh
Linebacker.
Giants linebacker, and that linebacker got him 13.2 points. So he might not say he didn't take it. He might have decided, I'm doing this on my own. He might have actually done that on his own. I don't need to take credit for whether he put some, even though I've been killing him all year about it. He finally got it done, and it makes him a better player.
Mm.
But again, we'll see. Uh, I think Hurricane Walker's gonna ease this. Once again, Dobbins got hurt. He's doubtful. This team, they get close every year, but then they fall apart for whatever reason. So I think El Patron finishes out the year at 6-8. He's gonna lose all 3 games.
Wow.
Tough, a tough one for El Patron. He'll have to come back next year. But he definitely loses this game.
Mm.
And
Wow.
Hurricane Walker has one chance. He'll win this game, and then his last game will be against the Gronk, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get to that. We'll get to that week 17. But yeah, I got interesting because I keep saying 3 teams could come out of this 8-6, which
Mm-hmm.
it could. But the only way that'll happen if the Gronk beats Missouri King. The Gronk loses to Missouri King. Well, yeah. If the that's interesting.
Hey, the
Let me
water is murky, y'all, and I will say
see.
this
Yeah, for that last, listen, it's gonna be 2 8 and 16,
at
which
least.
means Chebo had a 5 seed. Um, World Boss had a 6 seed. Those two, I believe, are locked up, and because they both got their 8 wins. One of these teams in the West is going to be the West Division champ. So that's on the top side. On
Mm-hmm.
the bottom side, 5 through 6, the other team that goes 8 and 6 will get that 7 seed, which
Mm-hmm.
means that 8 seed could possibly come down to a 7 and 17. But it's a few other teams, like I'm saying, if Hurricane Walker beats Ramon and then beats his week 14 opponent, who might already have 8 wins, Gronk might already have 8 wins.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3 8 and 6 teams. Those 3 might go. We still got Brian in the South who could possibly go 8 and 6 too. I don't know exactly how he factor in, but there's a possibility of 4 8 and 16.
Now, the way I remember it, and I might be, and again, y'all, disclaimer: wherever ESPN places you on that Tuesday morning, that's where you are. We don't change shit. But I was thinking. Now I'm looking at division record. Now let's just say Sean comes back and he gets to 8 and 6 and 8 and 6. I
John
have
can't
a
get to 8 and 6.
Sean can't get to 8 and 6. No. No, he can't. All right. No, my thing was, I mean, I was just saying, like, division record plays something into this because that division leader is going to get that spot. And if it's multiple 8 and 6 people, I think it's going to go. My personal belief, and I don't know, that it's going to go to division first. If me and you was in the division, both of us was 8 and 6, but I had a 4-0 record in division, I still trump you in the division hierarchy.
It had to happen before, and it was between uh, World Boss and the Lion, and we didn't understand the what you call it, but what it was is if you got multiple teams, whether it's division or not, if you got multiple teams with the same record, they get rid of head
All
to
of them
head.
go into the same pot.
Yeah, and they also get rid of conference. And
They get
if
rid of
you
head to head too.
they get rid
And
of
it just
head to
comes down to,
head,
it
they
comes
get
down to
rid of
points.
they get rid of division, and it comes down to points.
Okay, so you got 4 8 and 6 teams. Those 4 8 6 teams, depending on where you foul in score. Okay. Well, we'll see.
That's why I said Missouri Kings has the advantage right now because he is the leading scorer in that division.
Mm-hmm.
So to go 8 and 8 with 4 teams, they're gonna slide them based off
Score.
your total points.
Okay.
So let's say Brian pulls off the upset against me and he goes 8 and 6. And 3 of those teams are 8 and 6. They're gonna slot all of them. The highest person that's slotted in the West will be the West Division champ based off
Mm-hmm.
the points you got. And then the next two would get the 7 and the 8 seed. So that means that would leave out one 8 and 6 team, and that would be whoever is the lowest scoring
As
out
of
of
right
those three.
now, score, if we were going to right now, the score of Brian is at 9. If we were at 8 and 6 right now, Brian is at 9.
So he's got a lower score than Gronk and
Yep. Gronk is 7.
Walker.
Gronk is in that 8th spot. Hurricane Walker's in that 7th spot. Kingz is in that 5th spot if you go 8 and 6. If everybody went right now,
Yeah.
it's going to be real interesting. We're going to move over to the West. I mean, the North. The North only has one game that matters. That is the People's Champ 5 and 7 against the 7 and 5 New York City Matrix. The reason that this game matters because this is the only life support that People Champ has. Matrix has a 2-game lead in that division over the People's Champ. Black Republicans and Bursary, Bullyfootz, trash, nobody gives a fuck. 196, 7-5, 228, 5-7. Now, I'm not going to go through Chase, Burrows, Levis, Golf, Mixon, and all that shit. Does Matrix pull off another upset?
No.
No. Okay.
Not this week.
Not this week. Matrix coming off a win from 173. That is garbage. That is disgusting. But a win is a win.
Matrix is trash. But here's what it comes down to in this division. Okay. Like I said, it's gonna be multiple 7-17. That's the reason which I believe that's the reason People's Champ isn't eliminated now. Because the only way I see him making the playoffs is again, it's multiple 7-17. He's got the clear cut advantage in points. So basically, it comes down to Matrix. I believe he's going to lose to People's Champ this week. So then it becomes, can Matrix beat Bullyfootz in week 14? Because if he beats Bullyfootz in week 14, he goes 8-6. He wins the division. No, we don't have to read into any tiebreakers. That's that. But if he don't, he's 7-7. Again, he should own all the tiebreakers over goodness gracious, over People's Champ. But
1-3 in the division. People's Champ has a higher score than Matrix. Matrix is 1, 2, 3, 4. So Matrix is 12th in scoring.
Yeah. But see, like I don't want to, like, let's say DaDon or Bucs go 7-7. I'm not sure why that should even matter, but I'm telling you, I believe when it's multiple teams that's 7-7, whether they in your division or not, it throws out that head-to-head tiebreaker, and it throws out that it definitely throws out the division tiebreaker. That drops down.
We'll definitely see. Honestly, I personally feel that it's still, and I could be wrong, and I've been wrong before, but I will tell you this, people, because of the way the North and the West fell, and all of them 6 and 5 teams, and whatever way that ESPN drops it, we'll be able to figure out their formula. They give us the formula, and we don't necessarily want to read through it, but they normally give us the formula. But we'll definitely see how this falls. You got People's Champ going on to win. I do as well. They got a 28% chance to make the playoffs. Winning this week will increase that. Matrix still has an 88% chance, to 81% chance to make the playoffs. So we'll see. If the Matrix pull this off, I wouldn't be surprised because the Matrix been doing their thing all year.
Yeah.
Bullyfootz and Black Republicans, y'all both out. Y'all fighting for 1 and 2, I believe. And y'all can go from there. It's going to be between 1, 2, and 3 between FFC, Broad Street, and Black Republicans.
Black Republicans is not going to win this game. He's got a goal in mind to get Ashton Genty. That's just sent me a message the other day, and he was like he liked his young core. He included Genty, so makes me is Genty somebody that you like so much that you would try to make a package for number 1, and you think there's no way he's trading number 1?
He's no way he's trading number 1. No way, no how. There's nothing that can convince him to trade away number 1 unless you bless it. You asked me, I'm telling you, there's no way that he would change it.
Everybody got a price.
Maybe you'll pay it. Maybe he'll let you take him to
It was more so I was saying that for you.
I'm fine. Hey, somebody told me one day, you built a hole, build another. Hey, it is what it is. So, like you say, Black Republicans is not moving when it's
What does
down.
that got to do with anything?
Sorry,
What does that got to do with anything?
because you basically you said something. I'm just letting you know that I'm fine where I'm at.
That was a weird. Let's go. That was weird.
How? Anyway, let's go ahead and move to the East. The East is almost locked up. You got the 7-5 ass kicker first in the East Division, 2-6. I mean 216.6. Going up against the 5-7, Mr. Lord Hate himself. Mr. I want to spoil everybody's shit, 223 for him. We got Stroud, Tua, Brian Robinson. Is Brian Robinson going this week? I thought he was still ill. You got Josh Jacobs.
He practiced. Yes. No, he practiced today. So he looked like he'll go.
Josh Jacobs on his way to another 1,000-yard season. Drake May, Brock Bowers, the number one tight end on the land. Front runner, in my opinion, and my vote for Offensive Rookie of the Year, Brock Bowers, out there doing this thing. Lord,
Breaking news.
uh-huh.
Breaking news. My guy, El Patron, fixed his lineup.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming with a 220 projection. You know, I still think he's gonna lose, but he did, fix his lineup.
Well, TV people, I'm not saying you did. I'm not saying you didn't, but it's very, it's probably somebody went out there and told them to fix their line. But the projections are now 220.7 to 221 even. That is a 0.3 differential in the projection, people. Hurricane Walker, El Patron, two golfing buddies. I've seen both these motherfuckers on the competitive court on the links. They are very competitive. It's going to be a great.
Now we need Hurricane Walker not to set his lineup and take that 0 at the
Hurricane Walker might not have any right to go send him a text message to fix his lineup.
Listen, let's not make accusations that we.
I'm not making. All I said was only a hit dog holler.
Let's not make accusations.
I didn't make an accusation.
You up here saying somebody sent somebody a text message or something?
I said Walker doesn't have anybody that's going to send him a text message. I didn't say that you did. I'm saying he doesn't.
Break down the game. Like people are like, why is he so petty today?
I'm not petty. They just know the people ain't saying that.
Like, why is he like? I came to watch the show and get projection, and then this, that, and third. And this guy's just having a pissy fit.
Anyway, the stack.
AR-15, Jonathan Taylor, and AD Mitchell.
I told you he was gonna put in Mitchell.
He's gonna need those three. Those three could go off, and they playing against New England defense. But if somehow those three can go off, he's gonna be in real good shape. And Christian Watson.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for you to step up, Christian. You out there missing wide open passes, looking like QJ. If it wasn't for QJ last week, Christian Watson, you would have took
talk to the internet.
But other than that, I did say I had Hurricane Walker, but after the change of guy, just the breaking news of him fixing his lineup, I'm going with El Patron.
Mm-hmm.
El Patron, because even though they projections are close, again, Hurricane Walker's got a cornerback that's out, and he still got him in, and we are pretty sure Hurricane Walker ain't gonna reset his lineup. He gonna be up. Hey, he gonna be eating all the green potatoes, man, like the Boom intro.
Okay. But
all the way back to the east. Now we can circle all the way back to the east.
Bucs is at this point they're just playing spoiler. They just want to be able to shit in somebody Cheerios. The DaAssKickas they need this one to close it out, so there'll be no doubts. Close it out, be done, and that way there's nothing that can come back to bite you.
ARENT should win this division. They don't need this game. Here's what the ARENT need. If they trying to lock up the number 2 seed,
mm-hmm.
which The
I
way
was
it's
trying to get to, but
they're trying to lock up the number 2 seed overall. They're gonna win the division because they got the FFC week 14.
mhm.
There's no way if they lose to the FFC week 14, that is crazy. But so it comes down to do they want the number 2? They could possibly only way they don't get the if they win 9 games, the only way they can't win the number 2 seed is
If the King
Missouri if Missouri Kings go
9.
9-5 also. So this is their chance to at least try to lock up the number 2 seed and play the number 7 seed, which will probably be a team out the West.
Mm-hmm.
So now the Bucs. Here's the thing about the Bucs.
They
They got a
had
good team.
240 last week.
They got a good, they got a good team, but it's a streaky team. Jonnu Smith can be a world beater. Jonnu Smith can be a role guy. Tracy, he's a good running back for a rookie. He's pretty good, but he's a rookie and he might have a fumbling problem.
Mm.
Tua, here's interesting. Tua's playing against Green Bay at night in Green Bay. It's gonna be a cold game, but like Jameis Winston a couple of weeks ago, everybody wants to prove that they can play in the cold game. I never played in the cold. Well, Tua has played in the cold game. He got embarrassed last year in the playoff. Uh, they got embarrassed last
Was that
year to
Buffalo?
the Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
Really, really cold game. They got embarrassed. So I believe that's going to be motivating them tomorrow night to prove to everybody we can play in the cold. So I, I that's one of them I can't call it because the cold could make them look weak, or they could, rise to the moment like Jameis Winston did. It was his first snow game and play well. Overall, this is a streaky team, but they putting their best lineup in. And I think I think the ass kickers will win, even though they down in projections. They got they have the stack, so the
If
stack
the
is better.
ass kickers beat the Bucs and continue their winning ways in week 14, that will be the second division that they've won by sweeping the division. 2 division titles by sweep.
That okay.
How many people sweep the division?
It's happened a few times.
It's happened a few times.
Yeah, I mean, it has happened a few times. Right? I mean, one of our old members, at work,
But he owned the West. I want to say this now, just real quick while we're talking about, and we're gonna do this on the next. I'm gonna wait to the next segment. But Bucs, all they can do is play spoil. I got the ass kickers going on 8-6, getting ready to like this shit.
it's a good spoiled team because again they got Smith and Jigma, who's been on a tear. Pollard again. Smith and Jigma's the guy who looked like he's the guy. Everybody else on
I
this
want to
team,
trade for him, but
looks like they're streaky, and you just got to figure out who do I catch him on a good day. Smith and Jigma, the last 3 weeks has been plus 20. He's the only one who I look at and be like, I know I'm getting 20 out of them. The rest of these guys, do I catch them on a good day? And the reason I'm going with the ass kickers is because again, I don't trust
I hate the hard R that you put on that.
Cole. I don't trust the Cole. Tracy, I don't know if I trust him.
I
Pollard,
trust him against Dallas defense.
no, I don't. No, I don't. I mean, everybody's shitting on Dallas, but Dallas ain't quit. They just had some bad games, but they ain't quit. So I don't trust Tracy. I don't trust the Giants. I don't trust Tracy. It's like what if you Dallas, You just stack the box. How they gonna beat you? Drew Lock? They gonna beat you with Drew Lock? You throw 8 in the box. Tracy is the only person they depending on.
You remember the last backup that you tried to shit on went out there and surprised you?
Who is that?
Malik Willis.
It's amazing how you just bring everything back to you.
It's not about me. I'm just giving. Listen, okay, so we move on. We move on to the other game in the East.
I mean, that's crazy. I'm talking about the Giants, and you go all the way back to week 2 because you wanted to talk shit. You know what? Since we here, since you wanted to do that, and we here, is there anything you want to glaze about Jordan Mason while we here? I got time. The people got time. Nothing? You want to say nothing?
Nope.
What about
I know Christian McCaffrey.
What about Drake? Whoa. Go ahead.
Christian McCaffrey hasn't been as explosive as everybody. He hasn't been the nigga that everybody thought he was going to come back and beat. I'm just saying. You even said it. Whether you'll say it live on the air or not.
Okay. Whoa. So what you saying?
I'm saying Christian McCaffrey. I don't leave room for interpretation, my nigga. I say exactly what it is. Christian.
Don't say it.
He hasn't been the Christian McCaffrey that month. Of course, you still got to play him. And I'm going to get to the UCD Lions in a moment.
We not talking. This might be a new session. It's called the Glaze section. So what is it about Jordan? I mean, so you saying that Christian McCaffrey ain't doing that? So
are you disagreeing?
Or in return,
are you disagreeing?
Asking a question. In return, are you trying to say maybe they should play Jordan Mason more?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, do you agree? I gave you one question. Yes or yeah. Do you agree with my synopsis of Christian McCaffrey? Yes or no?
He's not. He doesn't look as explosive.
Is that a yes?
Yeah, he don't look as explosive.
So I just want to make sure, because motherfuckers will go out there and say, you hating. No, I'm calling the way I see it.
Can I finish? Because I want to make this a quick segment.
Yes, go ahead.
All right. Drake May.
Mm-hmm.
You like to glaze him?
No.
No, you got nothing positive to say?
He's a backup. He out there doing what he needs to do.
How about Jalen Polk?
Polk has had one of the shittier years as a rookie. Polk might be on the trading block.
Not a glaze session. If you're gonna shit on the man, we don't want to hear about that.
You asked if I want to glaze him. I said
you brought Malik Willis week 2 back into this.
You even said it. Malik Willis earned my respect. It ain't. I was wrong on Malik Willis.
You randomly brought Malik Willis up because I was shitting on the
Drew
Giants. Yeah. On the Giants offense. So we glazing right now. Tyler Algier. Would you like to glaze him?
He still holds the rookie record in Atlanta for the most times. He broke 1,000 yards off the bench. It's another nigga that ain't. But you know,
whose record? The rookie record for who?
Rushing.
For who?
Algier.
Just Atlanta.
Atlanta.
That's it. Okay. You done glazing?
Yes.
All right. Last one.
New North Side is cheese to die.
Down. Wait a minute. I ain't done. He's hurt. You're not starting him this week. Would you want to glaze him?
Glaze who?
Josh Downs.
Josh Downs is hurt.
Yeah,
Josh Downs still holds the rookie record for receptions and touchdowns in Indianapolis. He's still the number one wide receiver in Indianapolis. Nothing that's there to glaze. I'm just.
What about Riley Moss? He's hurt. Want to glaze him?
Riley Moss.
Look at it. Look, people.
What?
This is a segment to clearly joke him, but he's taking every opportunity.
He wants. I've tried to move on twice. I'm
just saying. You brought up
best money I ever spent. Defensive rookie of the year, in my opinion. Now, can we go on the cheese down the North Siders?
You had to get that off. That is hilarious. See, the people don't know, and I'm trying to get the people to know you like I know you. And that last, even though he said, I'm trying to move on.
I've been trying to move on.
Did you hear him? Oh, the best money I ever spent. Oh, he's been great. greatest. He had to get that glaze in, and that's why I wanted to give it to him. People, he needs the glaze. That's why Malik Willis out of nowhere comes into this conversation. There's no reason for Malik Willis to ever be talked about today, this week, week 13. There's no reason he should be into this show.
It's just like you said that the New York City Matrix would not win another game, and they're currently leading in their division, one game away from making it to the playoffs. You said all I'm saying at times you be wrong. That was my only point. Can I move to Cheese DaDon and the North Siders?
I was wrong.
Can I move to Cheese DaDon and the North Siders, brother?
You know what?
What's up?
We just spent about 10 minutes on some bullshit.
Not really.
We cut into Cheese DaDon and the North Side.
I've tried to move on.
Fuck that game. Fuck them and fuck that game. Especially Cheese DaDon. Let's go to the South. Cheese DaDon, I'm hoping you watching. Fuck your game. Fuck your game, Cheese DaDon. I hope you watching. Because you should have took my advice. And you didn't take my advice. And guess what? Your fucking game don't matter. Fuck you, Cheese DaDon. We'll see you next week. Maybe next week your ass will be relevant if chaos ensues. But right now, we don't give a fuck about that game. We used it up on a bullshit segment called Glaze Me. Fuck Cheese DaDon game. Let's go on to the South.
All right, Cheese DaDon.
No, let's go on to the South. We are not doing that. This shit gonna go left because I'm not letting you fuck Cheese. This is a fuck you, Cheese DaDon.
This is simply because you did not take his advice.
Go to the South. And I hope he watching. I hope he like, oh, really a hater.
This is simply because you didn't take his advice, which, in all honesty, had you taken it, you would have. If I would have took his advice, it wouldn't have been as close. But in all respect to our co-host,
nobody wants to hear about Cheese DaDon. Not this week. Because guess what? He's not relevant. Let's move on to some teams that are relevant.
All right, we move it to the South, and we're going to save number 1 and number 2 in the South for last. But I want to go to the 6-6 U City Lions, 4th in that division, at one point one of the worst teams in the land. Going up against the 8-4 world boss, who is only happy as a fag in jail that they got their 8th win, 99% chance to make the playoffs. 234 projection versus 241 projection. World boss, I still think that you was the I'm gonna go ahead and mute this motherfucker now because I already know he's finna go ahead and jump in. Bow! Don't need to worry about it. So listen, world boss, your ass was number 6. I'm virtually positive because you didn't want to see this motherfucker with Cooks on his team. This nigga 6-6. If he beats you this week, nigga, woo! You know he go. But he ran away from the chat. Listen, 241. I got the Lions coming out of motherfucking nowhere, breaking the record, making history, coming out to beat the world boss, and making a motherfucking run. You City Lions beat the world boss. I'm sorry, you must unmute yourself.
First off, this ain't about the trade. Oh.
It is. And you know what? You keep on diverting. Every time I bring up, you want to pivot and divert the
we already know. We already
boo the world boss. Every time.
We already know.
The only one that
could already know. We already know. Brandon Walker himself, Ramon, and
do we know Ramon?
And you. So that's what we know. Right?
Okay.
All right then. So let's just leave it there. 2 other people did it. But to speculate, to shit on somebody's good name, and you don't have no proof, you just saying it makes sense to me. Does
it make sense to you?
No.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna tell you why it don't make sense. When has Lennox ever vetoed something and then stand up and say, I vetoed it? When has Lennox ever went against somebody that he's built a working relationship with and at least then stand up and say, I did this? If Lennox did it, he would have said it. He ain't got no reason to hide.
Yeah, it
That
does
ain't
make him look like a real buster coming into the division
why.
and being afraid to
Lennox
lose.
already got his 8th win. Lennox is a 99. Even if he lose, he's got a 99.9% chance. You know why he ain't what you call it yet? Because ESPN is not going to just give him his X. Because technically, he could take every starter out of his lineup for the next 2 weeks. And instead of being third in scoring over the next 2 weeks, he could drop down to 12th in scoring because he took every starter out. So ESPN has to go through the process. But giving him a 99.9% of making it, they're telling you he's in. All he's got to do is play his starters. Win or lose, he's in.
I'm not saying he's not in.
All right, then. So this game means a lot more to Brian than it does to the world boss. But the world boss got his best lineup in there. So
Bijan is back.
LBJ, LBJ, Bijan. Let me finish this. Let me break this down because we have to give Bijan his proper respect. LBJ, Bijan is back, and this team is a whole different animal when LBJ is in that game. But they are playing the Chargers defense, which is tough, but they at home. So I'm looking at this, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Quentin Johnson is gonna make a comeback. They are going to.
I was going to ask, what do you have to say about Quentin Johnson's performance?
He had a bad game. He had a bad game. He had a terrible game. He had a horrible game. Horrible game. But I don't think the Chargers gave up on him. And I think they going, like most good teams do, they are going to force feed Quentin Johnson. And if he has a bounce back game, everybody will look at that as, hey, he had a bad game. And they'll have a bounce back game. Now, Tillman is playing Denver defense. And last I checked, Tillman was still in the protocol. So here's the problem. Tillman don't play till Monday night. Last I checked, he was still in the protocol. He's gonna take Tillman out and put in Westbrook Akini, who has been on the tear, but he catches 1 or 2 passes. He's basically like MVS. He catches 1 or 2 passes. Sometimes he'll have a great game because he catches a deep pass. Sometimes he won't. Again, World Boss don't need this game, but I like World Boss.
Do you?
I do. He don't need it, but I think all his players, Jefferson, who had a bad game, Quentin Johnson, who had a bad game, Bijan is back, and then Stack going up against Tennessee. They all coming off bad games last week, and I believe they're going to put in the extra effort to have a good game this week, especially Jefferson. So I'm gonna go with World Boss. But I'm gonna say this, for storyline purposes, I'm picking World Boss. But for storyline purposes, if Team Commish beats Chebo Burgers and was 13-0, and the U City Lions win this game and go to 7-6, the stakes for Week 14, an undefeated team, going for an undefeated regular season versus a team who needs to win to get in. That's a great storyline.
I am picking the Lions to win.
All right.
And not on some hate shit but I think it's going to be too little, too late. Again, as you said, for storyline purposes, for him to go ahead and beat the world boss would be amazing. It would give him so much hope and so much, inner oomph and to get dropped off in week 14, to get the most, just to get really your shit pushed in on week 14. I've been there, brother. Let me talk to you.
I don't like. Listen. I like the Lions.
The Lions. Lions, bring it in, brother. It's too little, too late. You're gonna beat the world boss, and you're gonna beat the world boss because he was number 6. He was in on your veto. And you're gonna have Team Commish next week, and you're gonna come in with the bravado, the machismo of week 14, and saying I get to knock off Roy, not only to break up his undefeated, but to make my way into the playoffs, and it's just going to be too little, too late. Even though Team Commish has the third weakest schedule in the land, they still are the number one scorers, number one in bragging rights, and number one team in all the land. So it's going to be too little, too late. But you are going to win this week. I am going U City Lions all the way.
So disappointed you keep bringing that stat up.
Bring what stat? I'm sorry.
It's very disappointing that you keep bringing that stat up.
Which one?
It's very about they having the third weakest schedule in the league.
Oh, the team with the third weakest schedule in the league. That's Team Commish with the number one team in all the land, first in the South, going against their best friends. They grew up across the street, been the oldest friends for as long as they can remember. Chebo Burgers 9-3, second in the South Division, 236, 252. Lamar Jackson, Nico Collins, who we just got in on the trade, and Brees Hall. But Mahomes, St. Brown, and Barkley is really, really trending towards MVP. Him and Lamar Jackson, real close. And Hurts is in that top 3 too. Right now, this is going to be Chebo Burgers has a chance to win. And I believe the Burgers can win. I really believe that the
projection ain't right. He ain't got Nico Collins in there. So take out add about a good 14 points because he got PJ. He got PJ Washington in there. He's projected to do like 7.
Mm-hmm.
So Nico's projected to do 20. So add about 13 points to that 2.
Like I say 40, it's gonna be 250 projection. I mean 14 points to be 250, 252. Again, Chebo Burgers can win this. These are two teams that have both gone over 300 this year. Team Commish has done it.
Hold on.
There you
go.
I'm gonna give you no time.
People need to know.
Commish has done it twice, and they've done it back to back. Now, had they blew their wad? Have they shot their load? Is that possible? Possible. Chebo Burgers has been scoring little to nothing. They've scored 154 last week in a loss. I think the week before that they was below 200 again. This is
204 to 202.
204, 202. Listen, I got the Chebo Burgers winning, and that's only for the upset aspect of it. I think Team Commish comes back down to earth, although they are a phenomenal team. Look, you got Saquon Barkley with Baltimore's rush defense. That's not going to do real well. Kenneth Walker, New Jersey's rush defense. A chain, Green Bay's defense. St. Brown is questionable. Kittle, number 2, tight end in all the land. CeeDee Lamb, Cooper Kupp. Team Commish is stacked. They have great defense, Texas defense, kickers, punters, Washington head coach, stocked from top to bottom. I think they fall off this week. Chebo Burgers comes back. That Jackson Henry stack is going to do its thing. If Brees Hall plays, that'll be even better. Porter, and you get Nico Collins in. I got Chebo Burgers winning, upsetting the undefeated season.
How much you think, since you're making this upset prediction, looking at Chebo Burgers lineup, what you think he's going to score this week? What is it going to take for Chebo
to beat Team Commish?
Yeah.
To beat Team Commish is going to take 245.
So you don't believe neither one of us going to hit our projection?
No.
And okay. I don't know. Listen, I got Team Commish.
I got Team Commish hitting 240. Chebo Burgers hitting 245 to 248.
I got Team Commish winning this. I actually got them scoring about 2-7. 2-7. I think at least. And here's the beauty of Team Commish. I believe at least 2 or 3 guys gonna come in over projection. Whale. I'm talking about whale. The way Saquon Barkley. Now Saquon Barkley went off for 56 last week. I believe Lamb going up against the Giants, Kittle or Cup will be that guy, or possibly A-Chan in the cold. I like F's out, yes, because here's the thing: whether it's a close game or not, Tua is going to do a lot of check downs to A-Chan.
Plus or minus 1 reception for Xavier Worthy. Xavier McKinney.
See what I'm saying, people? We talking about A-Chan. You know why Xavier McKinney got brung up?
Why is that?
Because he's on your team. It makes absolutely no sense for you to bring up a Xavier McKinney right now outside of he plays for your team and you love to glaze your team.
I think Tua throws up. I think Tua.
He is a fucking safety, and we talking about plus or minus catches for him. Because he's your team. He's on your team.
Tua's gonna be cold out there, man.
On your team. He's on. That doesn't matter if he's cold or not.
Right. You're right. I glaze.
Hell, goodness gracious. I gave you a whole segment and you still came back.
No, you didn't give me a segment. You wanted to fuck Cheese DaDon out of his segment.
No, you had a whole segment and you
tell the truth. You wanted to fuck him out of his segment.
What does Xavier McKinney have to do with anything outside of you wanting to glaze?
Nothing.
Okay, then. So don't bring it back to nothing. You had a whole segment to glaze and you chose to try to play coy only to come back and try to glaze during Team Commish and Chebo Burger segment. Goodness gracious. All right. So I got somebody going off that's going to get us to 2-7. I will admit Barkley Walker and Barkley Walker and St. Brown have a tough game. St. Brown got a Q, but I think it's more so short week. They rested him up. Chicago defense is tough, but Detroit has a lot of weapons. So
shootout.
I think St. Brown will get his money just because you can't stop everybody. You can't stop everybody, and eventually they wear you down. And the beauty of St. Brown is he's a sly guy. They can always find ways to get him his money. So, of course, listen, this is completely biased, but it's been working for us all year. 12-0. We got us beating team. We got us beating Chebo Burgers. Chebo Burgers went out and made some move because before then they had Parker Washington starting as their wide receiver. They'll put Nico Collins in that spot, but he was the weak link. So now when we look at it and we looking at it, out the weak link would probably be Swift, but Swift could still get him 10 to 15 easy money points, and that's a good game. And I think it's going to be more interesting. The biggest part, and that's a Sunday at 4:30 or 4:25 game for East Coast people. Barkley versus Lamar Jackson and Henry. That is going to be a toughie. That's going to be a toughie for both of them. But that's going to pretty much almost decide.
How many points did Chebo get this week?
I'm putting it at 225.
Putting it at 225.
Putting it at 225. If not lower.
Ooh.
London's got a tough game. The unpredictableness in Chebo Burgers. And this is why we always, especially at the beginning of the year, this is frustrating. is Hall and Wilson.
He has not said this is frustrating in the last few weeks. And in them last few weeks, he has shit the bed. Maybe it might be something to it.
Hall and Wilson, I don't want to say they can't both go off together because they can, but the Jets offense it's been kind of a mess, a lot of turmoil there, and they do have a problem both going off. It's either Wilson or it's Hall. Maybe this week they both get it going. And if they do, team commission in trouble. But I think where team commission is gonna be safe is one of them, Laporta. If Laporta goes off, that's a game changer because Laporta has been the definition of average based off what our expectations has been for him. I don't want to say he's been a definition, but eh, 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 like last week he got 5, but the week before he got 19, but the week before that he also had another 5. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Like I said, he's got a good team. I'm going 225. I'm thinking team commish 2-7. We win by 40. But listen, I'm biased. I'll admit that I'm biased. But again, it's been working for us. We 12-0. And one thing team commish can do.
What's that?
Score points. We are not responsible for what teams that we play, what they score. Like last week, we scored 309 points. We're not responsible for a team that scores 189 points. That's not on us. We come to put points on the board. So if our schedule against is not that great, that's fine. We don't give a fuck. You know why? We lead in this league in scoring. And you know why? Because we put points on the goddamn board. The only team in the league to not score under 200 points. We bring it. That's what we do. We bring it. So
glazing.
no,
Jack in your man.
Just the facts. Just the facts, Jack.
I got Chebo burgers winning.
And that's a good. Hey, listen, I'm not saying that's a bad pick or anything like that. Chebo Burger has like I said, that trade he did yesterday. He has a worthy team. He could upset us. We are deaf. It ain't like we going into this saying we not nervous. One thing we do like.
What's that?
This is just me and how I do my own fantasy. I love the game distribution for us this week. We got 3 offensive guys going back to back to back tomorrow. St. Brown first game, Lamb second game, HN third game. If we come out of them 3,
with what?
We over 100. And I got 4 because I do got the Green Bay cornerback going, and I think that's it for Thursday. Yes, I got 4 guys. We come out. Listen, that's a lot, but we come out of that bitch with over 100. Woo! Then we got Patty and another cornerback going Friday at 3 against the Raiders. If Patty could give me another 25 points, he gave me 30 last week. Patty could give me another 25 plus against the Raiders. He gonna give you what?
18.
The Raiders is trash, and they got a new quarterback, so that's more that defense. That defense can give more opportunities for Pat. They starting. I think they're going back to O'Connell.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying. I say all that to say this: by Sunday, I could be legitimately around 130. If it's a good week. If it's a great week, I might be at 150 before we kick off Sunday. before we kick off Sunday, if it's a great week, I could be at 150.
That would be amazing. And I know you want to.
It would be. I mean, listen, I think, and like I said, I think Lamb could go off. Rush, they stand with Rush until they eliminate it. They beat Washington. That's good for my Lamb stock. So I got Lamb going up against the Giants. It's trash. This could be the week that we say, hey, CD, carry us. Carry us, CD. And you know what I'm saying? Listen, you don't get 300 back to back by fucking accident, people. Okay, I know it sounds like a self-glaze, this and that. You can take it that way. I understand. But listen to what I'm saying and don't just hear me. Listen. You don't get 300 back to back by accident. That means you got some guys on your team that can go off. Okay? Just like let's bring it back to you. You love to bring it back to you, right? Look at it. You don't want to bring it back. I didn't shamed you out of bringing it back. That used to be your favorite thing to bring it back to you, and I didn't shamed you to bring. But we bring it back to you. I know you expected a big game out of Josh Jacobs this tomorrow. Ain't
I am.
you? Okay, then. You know why?
Why?
Because you don't get to be Josh Jacobs if you ain't scoring. You don't have expectations if it's something that you ain't done. You're not expecting a big game out of Keon Coleman if he plays, are you?
I am if he plays.
So if he plays, you getting somebody out the lineup. Well, he played late at night, so you're not gonna be able to play him. But if he was playing at 1, you take somebody out to put him in.
Maybe.
No, you just don't. You don't want to agree to my point. You don't want me.
Point
You
is
don't
already
want.
set.
My point is this: when you don't get those type of expectations if you ain't got the history to support it. I've got the history to support it. So Lamb could, and he's got a perfect opponent. So Lamb could go fuck off.
I'm going to bring this back to something, and he's done with his point. He already has picked himself to lose. I want to apologize.
Whoa. Say that right.
You have yourself to win. Chebo Burgers.
You said I picked myself to lose.
I'm sorry. You picked yourself to win, sir.
Yeah.
Now, I want to take a moment to talk to Cheese the Die. Cheese, I apologize.
Whoa. Before we go on to this apology, we the number 1 team in the league. Me picking myself to win is because I'm picking chalk. When you fill out your bracket, you just say, you know what, I'm gonna go with the highest rated team to win. I'm going with the highest rated. It's no spell. Hey, you pick Team Commish to win. Woo woo. You pick the better team. We 12-0. We already kicked that team's ass. We are the cream of the crop in this goddamn league. You the one that's going out on the limb. You the one that's making a money pick. If it was betting odds, who paying out the most? Picking me or picking Chebo Burgers?
Chebo pays out the most.
You goddamn right, because you taking all the risks. Me, I'm going with the easy pick. The 12-0 team, the team that's coming off back-to-back 300 points. Team Commish, baby. Now you can go and apologize to whoever you want to apologize to.
Cheese DaDon, I want to apologize to you, but there's some method to his madness. There's a lot to why he's angry. The reason he's angry that you didn't take his advice because you would have won, and that would have given him and his boo some ammo to come at the AssKickas squad this week. And being that they don't, I would like to go on record. The AssKickas gave the world boss a lot of grace this week. Didn't really go in on him. Didn't say a whole lot of shit. But Cheese DaDon, this really comes down to you not listening and costing him and his boo some ammo in order to go ahead and take a shot. So I want to apologize on behalf of myself and the show and my co-host for But really, did nobody give a fuck about the game for real?
Listen, first off, don't do that. I understand you want to try to bring it back to yourself. You like to glaze yourself. This has nothing to do with you. Okay? Just like we didn't go in depth and hard with Bullyfootz and
Black Republicans.
Black Republicans. We didn't care. We didn't do a rundown on them. Listen, it's the time of the year that we talking about guys that have the chance to play to win. Cheese, he needs absolute chaos. He needs absolute chaos to even get into it. And guess
People
what?
get in the conversation.
If that happens in week 14, we'll invite him back to the fucking show. But nobody gives a fuck about Cheese the Dime right now because you lost. You fucking lost. We don't give a fuck if it's about 1 point. This is that. If you want to say something, it's a possibility stat check that stat correct could change everything. But as it stands right now, you bring the show down. We lose viewers when we talk about Cheese the Dime's matchup against the FFC. We're not trying to lose viewers to protect your weak ass feelings when you can't even win a goddamn game. Oh, my players got hurt. Everybody has players that get hurt during the game. You had a clear path to victory, and you chose to say, I'm going to do it on my own. Well, you didn't do it, so you don't get airtime. Cheese the Dime.
Are you done, man?
Like, why are you protecting Cheese for Dime's feelings?
I'm not protecting his feelings. I'm saying that the way I viewed it is because of the loss.
Yeah, and his game don't matter. What is it? Do we got a chance to make the playoffs?
28%, 18%. I'm sorry.
So he basically needs help. He needs people to lose, strategically lose to help him get in.
Yeah.
Right? What's Brian's percentage of getting into the playoffs?
Brian's percentage is 28.
And what was Cheese?
20.
20. Did we talk about anybody else who had it? What is Bucs percentage?
Bucs percentage is 15.
Yeah, I think we did give Bucs some airtime. We gave him more than Cheese, but that's because Bucs playing you. What's Chuck's percentage?
Chuck's percentage is 0.
Bullyfootz and what you call it? There's 0 too.
They're at a 0 as well. Yes.
So he's in a 20% chance. Listen, he's getting airtime now. That's the 20% you earn, motherfucker. Go through your lineup. I'm not gonna go through your fucking lineup trying to talk about what you need to do because you play the FFC. No, you fucking lost. Get the fuck out of here.
Look, y'all, this has been this week's show. From you to me to yours, from my co-host to everyone, happy Thanksgiving. Go out there, give some thanks, be around family. Life ain't no dress rehearsal. You get one shot at the shit. Stop holding grudges. Go out there, hug and love somebody.
Glad y'all woke up, watched the show, enjoyed yourself. Get ready to watch these games. Listen, like we always say, the only move that matters is the right move.
Right move.
We'll see y'all Sunday night.
We out this motherfucker.
Sunday morning quarterback.